Accepting the offer. Accepting the offer has been one of those life-changing things that I've incorporated into my life. And it all came back to understanding how the mind works, and that the mind's not my friend, and that my mind's going to try to keep me in the same scenario even if I don't really like it, because at least I know what's going to happen and that I can survive. Might not thrive, but I know that I can get by. So my mind's going to work to keep me in this little safe box of things that I'm familiar with, and it's going to keep me away from the things that are unknown. So accepting the offer allowed me to step back, and it wasn't something that I jumped right into. Now I can jump right into stuff, but I had to build my belief in myself before I could really just jump right into stuff blindfolded. I had to lean into it. And what I started doing was noticing the things, the places where I had resistance in my life, and I'd start to question it. Why am I resistant to this? Instead of just, I don't like that person, so I'm not going to be around them, it was, why don't I like that person? What is it about what they just said that makes me feel like saying no to their opportunity? What is it? Why is it that I'm saying no? Because if I'm the only person that's blocking my dreams from coming to me, what better way to block them than to just say no thank you? So if I'm going to start letting in these new opportunities, then I'm going to have to start functioning differently. So I start to look at what I resist, and I start to say, okay, where's the love in the situation? Like, where's the truth? What do I know to be true about this situation? Because my mind's going to have me convinced that it's not a good idea, regardless of the facts of the situation. It's going to just jump to, nope, that's unfamiliar, it's uncharted territory, we don't feel comfortable with you venturing down that way, so we're going to keep you here safe on the couch. So I started to just kind of question, well, why am I saying no to that? Why perfect example of, say that looking to grow my business, and I expect to grow it in one certain way, and then somebody contacts me about a meeting the next morning. And so what I would find myself was, okay, why am I resistant to going to this meeting? Well, it's at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I don't really feel like getting up and, working out and doing everything that I got to do to be leaving my house by 7:30 to go to this meeting by 8 o'clock. Okay, so now it's just a matter of being lazy. Now I can see it for what it really is. And then, so it also allowed me to kind of switch things around, where it's like, okay, so instead of making up some excuse, which is not being honest and not being truthful, which is another key part of really setting your life wide open on what you want, is to be telling the truth all the time, period. So instead of making up a reason why I couldn't attend, I would find myself saying, okay, maybe this situation is being offered to me because it's going to lead me to what it is that I'm really looking for. And if I went to that meeting saying, okay, so I'm going to accept this offer, I'm going to go to this meeting, because this meeting, that's where I'm going to find my people, that I'm doing the same thing as saying, having my blinders on and only looking at vendor events. It's the same exact scenario. If I'm attached to what I'm going to get from that situation, then I'm missing out. Because it's only my mind that's going to make me attached to that thing, because my mind's going to try to figure it out, because my mind's going to try to keep me safe. And if I go to it with expectations, it always leads to disappointment. But if I say, okay, well, maybe this opportunity is coming to me because it's an answer to what I've been asking for, and I go in unattached and just kind of play what's in it for me? Who am I going to meet? Who am I going to connect with? Instead of expecting to connect with a certain person that's going to lead me to another person that's going to lead me to another person, or showing up at that event and just, getting people into my practice. Instead, I can go to it and just kind of play I call it the "Are You the One" game, where I can show up and each person, I know that what I need is going to get to me, and I know that it's going to come through different people, but I don't know who those people are. So I kind of make it my job of playing "Are You the One," where I kind of go person to person and connect deeply with each and every single one of them to see if they're the one. Are you the one that's going to help me on my mission? If it's not you, because you don't think that you can help me on my mission, then maybe you know someone who can help me. And it's a matter of kind of playing like a mystery game of showing up, just being completely detached from the actual outcome of the results, and just going into it to see what is in it for me. And nobody likes it when somebody shows up and is like, okay, well, what do you have for me? So I also incorporated another step, which one of my mentors taught me, which is called the contribution game. And the contribution game is just looking to see how you can help everybody. connecting with everybody, no matter what they look like, no matter what they smell like, no matter where they're from, no matter what they're doing, connecting with everybody and seeing how I can help them. So now I would go to that networking event and I would show up to see who I can help. And through helping other people, I'm going to build allies, and people are going to want to reciprocate, because again, that's just the law of reciprocity. It's another one of the laws that work in this universe. It can also be backed up in different spiritual beliefs as well. What you get is what you receive. So if I go to this event completely unattached, knowing that what I want is coming to me, and all I got to do is just show up, then I can go to this event, I can look to see how I can help each person, I can look to make solid, lasting relationships with every single person, and no matter what happens, I can declare the whole thing perfect. It doesn't have to have a certain outcome in order to be perfect or in order to be right. I can just accept it for how it is. And through adopting this technique, it has led me to trying and exposing myself to different people, places, opportunities, and events and circumstances to where I could experience new things and be led in new directions. So with shutting out this, telling me, oh no, 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 that's dangerous, to, okay, is it really dangerous? Is this really a threat? Or is this just a new sensation that I'm not familiar with? And really being able to pick it apart and see it for what it actually is. It allowed me to lean into these new situations and events. And every time I do it, I find that I'm fully equipped to handle it. And the more that I prove to myself that I'm equipped to handle it, the more that I believe in myself, the less that little voice has come up to say, no, 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 don't try it. Instead, that voice that says, give it a shot, because worst case scenario is you're going to be right back where you started from, and you can handle anything that's thrown at you. The stronger that voice has become, the more opportunities I've been able to expose myself to, and the more results I've been able to get.